what's up, my little tattletales? How y'all doing today? Well, if you're Kim Kardashian, Nye, the whole Kardashian family, we want to know how come you have not taken a stand to speak out against the atrocities of Balenciaga. Now listen, I don't want to be dramatic, but this scandal with Balenciaga keeps growing. They have tried to blame everybody they can, including the photographer. But guess what? The photographer hit back. We have the photographer's comments, but in the end, this literally is a SICKO campaign. I'm going to decode the dark and disturbing imagery behind it. And you guys, it's more than just those two pictures. There's so many sick, disgusting things that are invoked in these photos. We're going to have to talk about that. But here's the thing too. The fashion community understands. The creative community understands. People that work with children, have had any time in art history, or just even know about these type of things, understand. What Balenciaga did, what they tried to evoke was deep, dark, disturbing, and none of it was an accident. It was too much. But the real question is, where are the celebrities? Where are the Kardashians? The Kardashians are still on their show promoting Balenciaga. When this hit, Kimberly decided to post pictures of her children, right? Because they're rich and they're safe, right? They ain't never got to worry about that. That's for the other people, the poor people's kids, to be played with like party favors, right? But also, she continues to promote Balenciaga on all her feeds, all her stories, and she is standing behind where the money is. Here's my point. But you know what? I'll save my point for later. Let's get into this. Let me take you guys actually through the imagery. Hit that like and subscribe button. It's YouTube, baby. You know how it works. But let me take you through the imagery and actually let you know why everybody is so completely disgusted with this mess. Lego. Let's start with the most obvious thing, right? The Objects campaign, that's the name of the campaign. Let me just bring up the speed on why everybody's so mad and take you through the dark and disturbing nature. This was called the Objects campaign. It was a campaign by Balenciaga for their holiday collection. If you guys don't know, the holiday collection / gift shop is one of the most prestigious campaigns of the year. They put so much money into this, and this is a real money time. So it's not something they take lightly, okay? It was by Gabriele Galimberti, known for his portraits of children surrounded by their possessions. Now, in this campaign, it featured children holding teddy bears in harnesses and mesh tops, okay? The other mesh tops, but also basically BDSM stuff, right? The other, by Chris Maggio, features models in the Adidas capsule. It includes a shot of a handbag with a page from the 2008 SCOTUS ruling, right? The 2008 SCOTUS ruling. We believe it is Ashcroft versus, I believe, the Free Speech Coalition. If you guys don't know, there is something called the CPPA. It's a Child Protection or act. I don't want to say the P word, right? I don't want to be, get in trouble with the YouTube. We can show all these, we can do the Kardashian theme, but we can't actually talk about anything that's real. In that act, right? I believe it was in 1996, it upheld that distributing, trading, giving child P is not a violation of free speech. People were basically trying to say that when you do these things and you show child P, it is a violation of free speech. Why is that? Because as you know, it's free speech. You can say or do whatever you want as long as it does not cause harm to others. So you can say what you want, but you can't yell fire in a movie theater because that will cause trouble to others. However, people tried to use that same act to be like, well, I can have my child pee because that's not hurting anyone else. They went to war with them and they say, no, that's ridiculous. Child pee hurts other people. It actually destabilizes society. The Supreme Court struck down that argument and said, no, in certain instances, you can hold child pee, but it will not hurt you. Okay. So basically that holding was a Pedialyte bear's dream, if I can speak in code. It was a Pedialyte bear's dream. The fact that in this thing, right, they literally had the court case up there is absolutely sick. But you can say that's an accident, but can they also say that it's also showing a page from the 2008 SCOTUS ruling, United States versus Williams? This is also some of the printed out things that they had. It was upholding the promotion of an advertisement of child P, right, as a federal crime not protected by free speech. One image of Isabella Hubert includes a Michael Borman's art book. Now, Michael Borman's artwork has featured children in not good things and adults engaging in acts of violence, including cannibalism. Very dark things, right? There's a few other things in this that everybody is not talking about. They also have a degree from John Fisher in the background. Why is that so important? Why is that so important? Because if you don't know, with Fisher, he went to trial for 7 acts. He was even accused of molesting, I believe it was his granddaughter, from 4 to 16 years old. This guy is sick as F. Again, there can be mistakes in the campaign. We all know that. There can be like, oh my God, I didn't know. But everything in that campaign, from the leashes to the leather seats to the bear actually had ultraviolet eyes. If you don't know about ultraviolet eyes, I will tell you, it gets worse. The bear also had a thing called panda eye. If you don't know about ultraviolet eyes, you can Google it or go down the rabbit hole in Twitter. But just to give you the quick overview, with ultraviolet eyes, they are a mainstream in child work going down the rabbit hole. The bear also has panda eyes. Now, panda eyes could mean anything, but in the context of this, it is what happens whenever a underage person, very young underage person, is sodium. Okay, very dark things. Again, can you say, right, when the underage person is violated, it is a common condition that results, which is called panda eyes. As a matter of fact, when pediatricians see that, it is a red flag. There's other imagery. For instance, there's a chain around the neck of either the bear or a child. In another frame, there's a man with a key on his finger. You look at the child and the suggestive nature of the posing. It all points to the same thing. Again, 1 may be an accident, 2 may be an accident. Every image that you see, everything, every possession, every book, every pamphlet that you see in the campaign points to the same thing, the hurting of. Okay, so now we have that. A lot of people said, oh my God, Balenciaga, I didn't know. It was just an accident. Hundreds of creative directors and photographers came out and denounced Balenciaga and said, you guys are lying. It's impossible this was an accident. Everything, there's mood board, right? There's mood boards, there's set boards. Every single thing has intentionality behind it, and you had to get this all okayed by higher ups. Balenciaga then came out and said, we sincerely apologize for any offense our holiday campaign has caused, blah, 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 blah. We apologize for displaying unsettling documents in our campaign. We take this matter very seriously and are taking legal action against the parties responsible for creating the set and including the unapproved items of our spring 23 campaign shoot. Everything in every picture was all pointed to the same thing. So everything in every picture was unapproved. We strongly condemn abuse and we stand with safety and well-being. Now get this, Balenciaga literally was pushed back by the Photogs. Gabrielle Gambariti's statement said, I am not in a position to comment on Balenciaga's choices, but I must stress that I was not entitled in whatsoever manner to neither choose the products nor the models, nor the combination of the same. As a photographer, I was only and solely requested to light the given scene and to take shots according to my signature style. As usual, the direction of the campaign and the shooting are not in the hands of the photographer. Moreover, Balenciaga then went back and said, oh, no, we're not suing the creative masterminds behind the Warped Children's theme set. We're taking legal action against the campaign that featured the SCOTUS ruling on the child P. Y'all, it's not over. It's not over, because there's always going to be somebody lost. The child's father insisted his daughter had a fantastic time. He said, and I quote, because this is deep. This is the girl that was holding the purple bear, that said it had been taken out of proportion and said it was an enjoyable day out. He said that the photographer Gabriele Gambaretti was innocent of any wrongdoing. And he also said that there's nothing wrong with this. Let me tell y'all something. In America, it's different. If you guys don't know, in America, every child, even if you have your parents, are wards of the state. What does that mean? That means if you go to anywhere and your parents are not treating you correctly, this is why child social services can stand in and take children from their parents. Because even though you are a parent, you are entrusted with taking care of this child. If the state for any reason thinks you're not taking care of this child, the state has rights on the child too and can grab the child away and put them in child protective services. Why is that important? Because you have parents like this, that you see the evidence. Everybody in the industry that knows what's going on knows that this is disgusting. And you're saying you had an enjoyable day out, anything for a check, right? But you know what? The parents, and let's talk about the Kardashians. Why had the Kardashians' biggest billboard and advertising piece? If you didn't know, Kim's not wearing Balenciaga for free. Mama is a paid spokesperson. You can even say that Balenciaga dressed the divorce of the celebrity divorce of Kanye West. Think about it. Julia Fox wore nothing but Balenciaga. Where's Julia Fox? She got so much to say about what happened with Kanye. How come you're not saying anything about this and denouncing Balenciaga? You won't, because in your mind, Balenciaga is too powerful. Ye is down in the dirt, right? I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it, but Ye is down in the dirt, so he can't serve you anymore. So now you're kissing the rings of the Kardashians. But Julia Fox, you got so much to say about everything else, and you got so much to say about your child and this and that and blah, blah, blah. When are you going to speak about this? Let's see. Kim. Balenciaga dressed Julia Fox. They dressed Kim. They dressed Kanye. It basically was the first celebrity divorce wardrobe done by a Paris fashion house. Kim has so much to say about every single thing going on in the world. You even talk about free Ghana, right? Kim, when are you going to speak about this? The whole fashion world is up in arms. Everybody that knows any legitimate thing about this is saying this was sick, it was deliberate. You might have did it, Balenciaga maybe did it to cause an uproar. But y'all, when are we going to have limits? The fact that people can sit there and be like, ooh, you lose, you're triggered. Excuse me? Since when, as being triggered by something evil, what we're supposed to do? Just sit there and act like, yeah, totes. Maybe I might get my little sister something, a BDSM teddy bear. Do they make those leashes? Like literally, the fact that everybody is sitting here that claims to love children, claims to want to make a difference, claim to be social aware, but whenever it comes anywhere close to your money being messed up, y'all sitting there on mute. You guys, we're still waiting for the Kardashians to speak up. The Kardashians are waiting for this to go away. And anybody else that literally reps Balenciaga after this, shut up. I already listen. Anyway, my little tattletales, let me know what you think in the comments, and I will talk to you later. Bye.